is looking a lot better. Oh yeah. See where we're going now. Yeah, speaking of winter is coming, I did hear that HBO lost a ton of subscribers when, what was it, Game of Thrones ended. Which, kind of funny. It was HBO that was on, wasn't it? I can't remember. Okay, not far enough forwards. Far enough forwards. So I'll empty out the oats first. And then we'll go look at the wheat. So good prices at Baywa. Where is that? I'm gonna need the... Oh, that's... Where is that? Just round the corner. Okay, let's go. That's where we were selling all the wheat for the contract. Having watched... let's see it. Pretty much kept up to date with The Mandalorian Season 2 on Disney. Latest series I'm watching is The Expanse, which is just incredible sci-fi. Not good if you don't like language. And various other not safe for work stuff, but the story is absolutely incredible. The effects are good. Space is space. There is no gravity. There is no lots of stuff. However, I did think in the latest episode, one of the characters is stuck on a spaceship and he's trying to get a tool that's under the grate in the floor, and she can't lift the grate up. And while it made for good drama, about halfway through the scene I'm thinking, there's no gravity in space, why is she having such a problem lifting the grate up? And why, when she's sapped all her strength and lets go, does it drop back in place? That shouldn't be a thing. But I think that's the only case of okay, you kind of blew it with that scene, but for all the other scenes, no gravity is in space, and inertia is a thing, and high G acceleration is not something you want to do when you're standing up, because you will get squashed against the back wall, which is kind of fun. Firefly is absolutely awesome, and ended way before it should have done. I actually own the box set and the movie on DVD, and every few years I might get it out and watch it. Up there with Babylon 5 as far as I'm concerned. Babylon 5 was an awesome series, and again, it was ahead of its time for the special effects. I mean, they were rendering graphics a frame at a time for that series. Okay. But they really went overboard to show off what they could do by basically saying, look, our models have no strings attached, and were performing space maneuvers that were quite believable because you're in space. They didn't do the sort of X-Wing TIE fighter banking through a turn and all the rest of it, because that's what people expect them to do, because atmosphere. There's no atmosphere in space, so why would you do that? And it was a darn fine storyline as well. But yeah, Firefly is good TV. And even the people you don't like, you end up liking, because they're just so well written. The other thing with Joss Whedon is he goes for comics. So he doesn't look for an actor and then try and give them funny lines. He looks for a comedian, and it's a serious show, but a comedian can deliver that corny line absolutely perfectly, whereas an actor can get a little ham-fisted with that sort of thing. And so, the whole Firefly, he understood that even when you have a serious storyline or an action storyline, you need some relief. The lead character went through a war, fought for the losing side. Why am I going there without checking prices? Ugh. I should be going to the other place. Okay. Well, it's not a total disaster. But there are flashbacks, and in one scene, one of his army buddies is explaining to another one, the secret is to keep silent so they don't know where you are. And then our star comes running in, guns blazing, yelling, battle cry, and it's sort of course, there are some people who hold a completely different opinion. It's just things like that. You're in the middle of a serious scene, and it's just sort of, here's a little light-hearted quip, because we don't want you to get all depressed watching our show, type of thing. So I did enjoy Firefly. And Serenity as well. Serenity is just gut-wrenching. But incredible story, incredible writing. The bad guy is just bad. And he makes no qualms about it. He does what he does because he believes in a world, he says, in a world without sin. And he ends up explaining at the end of it when one of the main characters says, there's no room for you in this sinless world. He says, I have no qualms about that. I do what I do because I believe it needs to be done, but I believe that once I've done it and I've achieved my goals, there's going to be no place for me in that world. And they hung up. I am getting calls from India, from this one company. I'm at a loss what to do with them. I told them, do not call me again. I started off asking them politely. Then I told them, do not call me again. And they keep calling every single day. Sometimes more than once. Sometimes they will call you back when you hang up on them. And I'm frankly done with them, but I have no clue how to stop them calling me. Short of letting the batteries run out on my phone and just not recharging it ever again. That they just don't have a clue. We are contracted with your health insurance. Well, we went to our health insurance site and they said, yeah, these people are trying to scam our customers and you shouldn't be dealing with them. So fine, okay, I'm not going to deal with them. Research, rewatch, yes. I watched someone's reaction videos to Firefly. That was really funny. Oh, it's always a live person. India, yes. But it's always a live person. And they've got my name. I can't block the number. The problem is it's a different number every single time. I've driven past where I want to go. So it's... Oh, seriously. How do I get out of this? Let me turn really sharply that way. Oh, you have got to be joking. But yeah, it's basically an impossible situation. They won't stop calling. They phone up. Can I speak to Osa? Yes. Or no, I actually say speaking, so they don't have a recording of me saying yes. And then they start, we're with blah 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 this, and we're contracted by your health insurance. It's sort of, no, you're not. I mean, I started the first call. I'm thinking, oh, it's this is a bit suspicious. So I'm so sorry. You're with whom? We're with this group, and we're contracted with your health insurance. I said, oh, so which health insurance would that be? Yours. So, really? Do you have details about my employer? And they're just sort of, no, we're just with your health insurance. So which health insurance? Oh, Blue Cross, Aetna. And it's sort of, you don't even know which health insurance I have. You're just complete bullshit artists. And yeah, as I said, you can't block the number because every day is different. The only time I could get away with blocking the number is when they call and I hang up on them and they call back. And they will call back 2 or 3 times when they're in that mood. And yes, it's harassment, but they're in India, so there's nothing I can do about it. I even suggested to, back when I was talking to them, it was a case of, look, stop calling me. And I'd hang up and they'd ring back. And I'd hang up and they'd ring back. And one guy said, look, I've asked you nicely to stop calling me. You need to stop calling me or I'm getting my lawyer involved. And he just said, get your lawyer involved. Because he knows we can't touch them because they're in a different country. I mean, at least at the moment they're not calling during antisocial hours, which, what I don't need is phone calls at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And that's the thing. They don't even have the right information. Remember, I moved last year. So, one of the guys earlier today basically said, we're going to send a package in the post to your address, and gave my old address. So I'm thinking, okay, fine, you can do that. because I don't live there anymore. And we moved out so long ago that the mail forwarding service isn't active either. But yeah, they're a problem, but there's nothing you can do about them. I've looked them up, and they basically changed their name from some other company, and they are vindictive harassers. I could, but I'm just going to be I'm going to be running up hundreds and hundreds of numbers blocked, and it's still not going to stop them calling. And that's you end up with what's the point, because excuse me, there we go, because all I end up with numbers blocked. Yeah, I should there was some guy, Tom Mabe, I think it was, does reverse prank calling, and I found out about him back in California, so early 2000s, and somebody called him up, and he's basically, yes, I want to speak to Tom Mabe, and so he's sort of, oh really, what's this about? And they sort of say, they sort of start their spiel, and he's like, well, this is Inspector whatever, and we're at a murder scene. Tom's dead. Since you seem to have business with the guy, we need to take your details and come and interview him. Oh no, I don't know the guy. But he made quite a living out of pranking the telemarketers. Anyway, what was I? Oh, I was gonna. Yeah. How much was that land up there? We have enough, but barely. Oh, I could do that. As a matter of interest, let's. How much are eggs? Now, eggs don't come in 1,000-litre boxes. However, that's around the corner. We could go and sell some and buy that land. I'm going to buy that land just because I can afford it right now. And yes. And then we're going to grab the tractor and put some eggs in the little pallet. Oh, we got 2,000 money left. That's bad. And the problem is, I could get an air horn, but I think a lot of these people are just sitting in a farm, making phone calls. They're on minimum salary. They're not gonna get paid unless they sell me what they're selling, or sign me up for the scam that they're trying to pull on my insurance company. And frankly, for the most part, that's not the person who's they've got a script, and they're all working from exactly the same script, but that's not the person who's making all the money off this. And so, blasting them with an air horn, minimum salary person, it's sort of, it's not their fault. They're trying to feed their family. And that's why I bought the box, or the thing on the back of my tractor. Okay, so we're going to sell those. Yeah, maybe I should try. Yeah, I could try that. Oh, and the thing is, I've had this cell phone number, good grief, since we moved up from Texas, and that was since we moved up from, we both moved up from Texas. Basically, what was happening at the time, I'd worked for Countrywide. Countrywide let me go. Countrywide went bust because they were doing illegal shit and mortgaging. And when the mortgage market collapsed, they collapsed with it because they were doing bad stuff. I was basically watching the train wreck happening and saying, this ain't going to end well, and it didn't. But I moved up to Michigan temporarily, 6-month contract with Borders. And I got to the end of the 6 months, and my manager sort of, I want you to start working on this next week. I said, I think my last day is this Friday. And he's like, what? You kidding? Oh, hang on a minute. And so he went away for about half an hour and then came back and said, okay, we want you full time. So I said, sure, okay, fine. So I went to work for Borders, and this was back around 2008, I think it was. Round about, I can't remember. Was it 2011, 2012? Borders went under, and I got my current job, but my wife was still working at Countrywide for the 6 months I was contract, because basically, I couldn't justify, hey, let's just move wholesale up to Michigan when the contract's only 6 months. So as soon as I got offered full time, it was sort of, okay, fine. I drove back down to Texas, got a hitch installed on my car, U-Haul trailer, and hauled a bunch of stuff that I needed to be able to live on my own for a while. And Mrs. Osa put the house up for sale and moved up here. So when I went down to pick her up, what did we do? We got new cell phones, and so we've had this cell phone number since we both moved up to Michigan. So that's getting on for about 8 years or thereabouts. Yeah, that's maybe what I need to do. Maybe I need to start pretending to not be me. Just say, no, my name's Bruce, and I bought this phone off some other guy. So if you want to reach him, you're going to have to find out what his new phone number is, but I don't know what it is. Oops. There's stuff in that pile of black things. Actually, that looks like a pile of tiles. Okay, so that's the egg sold. So I now have 3,700 money. So that's a little bit better than 1,000. Well, this is true. Okay, I'm just going to park straight in frontwards. Actually, I'll turn it round in the shed because there's enough room. I'm pretty sure that's not a direct drill, but I am wondering how much seed is in it, so I'm going to connect up to that and we'll take a look. 741. Oops. Okay. So we have some seed. The other nice thing about this is it does lime as well. Right, engine off, get out. So, things we need to know about the new field is... doesn't need ploughing, doesn't need liming. I don't know that I could have bought that field blind any better. That just needs to be planted. What state is it in? It's in cultivated, so it's ready to plant. This one needs to be cultivated in because oilseed radish. Wow. Okay. So that's going to be our plan. I should boost up the time again. So yeah, I need to plough that in, plant something in that field, plant something in that field, and then just do the old fertilise everything until they're all good. Not going to buy any new equipment now because we can't. We can do contracts come spring, so that's gonna be handy. I tend to do a lot of fertilizing contracts, so we can get those done. And no, 16 is the most. Hoi! Early winter, midwinter, late winter. And here comes more snow. Oh, great demand at the barn. That'll be straw-like stuff. Again, I can't afford mowing equipment or anything like that, and we have to bale anything that we do with that sort of thing, so not a happening thing. Really, the plan on this map was to just go 2 years, because I hadn't done a start from scratch with seasons and the challenges that brings, because normally I'll do what is it? That'll be the bread. We can ignore that. Normally I will do Farm Manager, which gives me $1 million money, and we can buy the world type of thing, or I do New Farmer. And if I do New Farmer, I'll sell all the equipment and purchase equipment that interests me for the particular playthrough I'm setting up. So this playthrough was just we have no money, or we have $500,000, but we have to put everything into. Oh no, we started this map a long time ago. Let me have a look. I can do that. YouTube. Switch account OSA. YouTube Studios. And where is it? Playlists. Ungetsheim is. Okay, episode 1 was posted October 17th, 2019. So that's when I started this playthrough. So it's not a recent idea. It was just something I decided. Seasons had come out, and I know season startup is really hard. Even if you're doing New Farmer. You've still got the whole I'm not going to get any income until I can sell my stuff. And with 500,000, you sort of, I need a harvester, I need a tractor, I need tools, and so it's gonna be a struggle. And so I wanted to play the struggle, and I picked this map just because this map. But it turns out, I mean, you look at the map, and we have getting close to 150 fields. Looks like 147 fields. Many of them have contracts, so there's always the ability to do work for other farmers, and predominantly I've done it with my equipment. So my equipment's getting very, very tired. How tired is my equipment? This thing is 30 days old with 26.2 hours. Actually, that's not bad. But yeah, that's basically the challenge here. And I decided I wanted to do 2 years because the first year is getting set up. And at the end of the first year, you now have the money to actually do maybe something. Now, we had the money to buy one big field and not improve any of our equipment. The harvester itself, I didn't have a harvester until harvest time, and I contracted my way into that harvester because there was no other way to do it. Now, where is it? The harvester we're using is that one there. So, limited mods. Again, I think I loaded a bunch of. There's Nursus, 47 horsepower. We've got that, which is 51. 71. Oh, that one's 103. I think I went for that one, which fully upgraded. Gives me 96. So this is my big tractor. I could have had a front loader on it, but I decided I wasn't going to go front loader. I was just going to use implements. Yeah, use something. You know, it's the use something different. So that's why this is what I bought first off to move the chicken feed around in. This is what I bought to move pallets of stuff around in. That's my sprayer. That's my cultivator. Just small, old, cheap equipment that we can, you know, work the farm. But it's not an easy task. So anyway, it is coming up for 7 o'clock. So I think what we will do is at the end of this day, I'm going to call the stream at this point because everybody's got back from dancing and it's time for supper. So I think for now I will say thank you for watching. We'll be back Saturday morning with Oakfield Farm. It might be cut short because we have visitors coming sometime this weekend. Don't know what time, don't know what day, but Saturday. Okay, coming Saturday, don't know what time, so I'm going to have to be off for that. But we'll play Oakfield until either I get hungry or until visitors arrive. But for right now, I will wish you all a good evening and have fun, everybody. I'm out of here.